Well. Good morning, cyber friends. This is Bitty Man coming at you again from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. Monday morning edition. And we give God all the praise and honor as always. And we thank God for each and every one of you, your cyber friends. You know who you are. Well, if you look at my title this morning, what it says, the Crossroads of Life. Yes, friend, the Crossroads of Life. And let Bitty Man be the first one to tell you that this is an event that not only going to occur once in your life, it's going to occur many times in your life. And this morning, I want to talk to the young people that perhaps just got out of high school, just recently graduated from high school, and you're on your journey now. You're about to embark on probably going to college, trade school, whatever it might be, or you might be going straight on into the job market. We never know. We never know. But let me tell you something, people. Young men and young women, let me tell you something. Be very, very careful of the choices you make. Please, listen to me, the man. Be very, very careful of the choices you make. At each crossroad that you encounter in your life, you can go right, left, or keep straight. Be very careful that you always seek God for his wisdom. Yes, let me say that again. Seek God for his wisdom and try to follow it. Because every choice we make got circumstances. Oh yeah, whether it's bad or good. Good choices got circumstances. Bad choices have circumstances. Believe you me, you want to make the good choice. If you want to make the good choice, just point blank. I got up this morning, I had a bad eye, people. I got my right eye is irritated this morning. So bear with me if you see me kind of blinking a lot, because of the fact that it's real irritated, and it's even a little discolored, kind of red. But nevertheless, I had to do this video this morning because for the young people that is about to embark on life. Remember now, young folk, you haven't lived no life yet. You just went through one of the transitions of your early life. In other words, up until now, 17 years, you've been basically dependent upon your parents, your aunts, your uncles, or whatever. You have not had to pay any bills. Everything was done for you. You had a place to stay. When you flipped on the switch, the lights came on. When you turned on the faucet, water came running. You didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, I'm gonna tell you something now, people. You are just about to embark on a brand new journey. Now, those of you that going to college, I can identify because I went to college myself. Matter of fact, I went to 2 colleges. I started at Andrew, and when I graduated and I got my associate from Andrew, I embarked on the journey to Berry, where I spent another 4 years, and I double majored. And like I say, I left out there and went into the military, so I felt about maybe 10, 12 electives shy of my bachelor's in music and business. But what I'm saying to all of you, remember, those choices, good or bad, they both carry circumstances, consequences. And so be very careful that you make the right choice. But then again, even now, when you get out of college, there are going to still be some crossroads. Believe it, you're going to still go through some crossroads, even after college. When you start making, the decision, drinking alcohol, dealing with and experimenting with drugs, please stay away from those decisions. Take it from me, the man. Stay away. You don't want to go that route, period. Because it will make everything, you'll start forgetting about everything. Once you start indulging in alcohol and drugs, everything else is going to become secondary to you. You're not going to want to go to class. You're not going to want to do anything but party. All that stuff. Believe me, I know. I became a victim myself of some bad choices. When it comes to relationships and all that kind of stuff, I ain't no expert in that, but I will tell you this. Not having, okay, a lot of us want to be married, and we want to have families and stuff. Nothing wrong with that, but you better make sure you got the right one. Let me tell you something. It is best not to have a husband or a wife than to have the wrong one. Believe it. We can make too fast a decision, and it's the wrong one, and you end up suffering the consequences. And it's hell on earth, people, to live with someone day by day, and you done committed, and you done made a commitment now. Harder to get out of a commitment than to not make one at all. Be very careful. Be very careful. So what I'm saying, Middleman is saying this here. Trust God. I do that, people, on a daily basis. I have to trust God. Now, what I mean by that, okay, I'm firstborn. I'm firstborn. And I know a lot of you have probably, if you're a Bible scholar, you read about the life of a firstborn. First fruits of anything have to be sacrificed or redeemed. When I look over my life, I think I was sacrificed all the way. I believe that. But I'm saying that jokingly, but really and truly, I'm saying that in very seriousness, because of the way that I've seen my life carried out. And most of the things that I've done to myself, I don't fault anybody for those. But there are some things that I had to undergo that I did not have anything to do with. So do you and a lot of other people. There are a lot of things that happen to you. You don't have anything to do with it. It wasn't your fault. Don't blame yourself. That just was the natural course of other decisions that people made for you. In other words, being the firstborn, you were supposed to have been, quote unquote, had special certain privileges as a firstborn. Well, guess what? I didn't. And I don't say that, for no one to feel sorry for me, because I don't want no sympathy and pity from nobody. I thank God, because God was with me every step of the way. In other words, God was with Middleman every step of the way, and he'll be with you too. If you trust him and you just make certain that you acknowledge God, he will direct your path. Now, does that mean that I made all the right decisions? Oh, no, please don't ever think that. I made so many wrong decisions, I could write a book on that. But when it all boiled down, I always acknowledge God after the fact. Sometimes when I done made the mess, I would always go back to God. I was sort of like David. David committed one great sin when he took Uriah's wife, and that wasn't really the greatest sin, but it was a great sin that he did when he orchestrated Uriah's death. That was the one great sin. He did that that was premeditated. God did not like that, but he loved David. So what I'm saying this morning, I got some things that I want to do for the musicians, and I've told everybody I'm going to do it. I've been kind of busy right now. I haven't had a chance, but I'm trying to build up some tutorials, some music and composition and theory, and I'm going to place it on my website for those that want to know about music theory. See, it's a lot of stuff on YouTube, people, but I'm not trying to put nobody down. Believe me, I think it's great that the YouTube, they got a forum there where people can post stuff, but a lot of error is being posted on YouTube. I just got to tell you that, I'm not trying to act like I'm an expert on nothing, but it's one thing I do know, and that's music. I know music, and I see a whole lot of stuff on, quote unquote, people that's pretty big on YouTube, and they got a lot going for them. They done made a lot of money on YouTube and different things, and I thank God for them and everything, but I've seen a lot of error being taught musically as well as other things, but I'm not no expert in other things, but I am an authority on music theory and composition. I've had some of the best instructors, and as a matter of fact, one of my former instructors just retired from Berry with my composition instructor. He got over thousands of work. I believe Dr. Pepper got over 12,000 to 13,000 compositions to his credit. A great musician, awesome musician, and that was one of my professors. So I feel good. Yes, I do. I feel good and privileged to have been taught by this man. That's right. And so I know when I see stuff on YouTube and stuff being taught, some of it is error. And I'm not going to call any name, but a lot, and you know what? A lot of it is error, not because they are trying to teach error. It's just because of the fact that this is what they have been taught most of the time. They learned it from somewhere else, just like I learned mine from somewhere else. They learned it from somewhere else, and they yet teaching it. But I'm here to tell you that I'm not here to try to go on there and challenge nothing what they've done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on my website. On my website, too. I mean, there's a time when you call a C sharp a C sharp. But there is a time when you got to call that a D flat. I want, stuff like that. I want to teach this. The tritone, we got people calling these, I mean, they, one of my buddies, he told me something. He came on one day and told me, he said, Ernest, you ever heard MIDI Man? Well, Ernest, my real name. MIDI Man is my net name. But anyway, he said, MIDI Man, have you heard of the diatone? I said, yeah, I've heard of the diatone through a couple of the musicians on there. They were talking about diatones. And then a lot of other people got on that and they started talking about diatone. And I'm not going to say that you can't call it a diatone, but a diatone is only a major third. That's what a diatone is. Yeah. In other words, it was just another way of saying a major third. I don't know why they called it that, but maybe I take it that they said it because of the tritone, which is the devil of music, which in the dark ages that's what it was said. That was the devil in music. They did not use the tritone in music. They called that the devil interval. In other words, playing from a C to an F sharp, which is a flat fifth, or a sharp four. They did not play that. They called that it was a devil tone. But it was a tritone. And now in modern music, you cannot get away from the tritone. See, I don't deal in those kind of myths like that. I think God always thought that tone was cool myself. But this diatone came from, see, in other words, if a tritone is 3 whole steps, the diatone, which is 2 whole steps, well, if you go to that is 2 whole steps is nothing but a major third. See, if you go from C to D to E, that's 2 whole steps, but that's really a major third. And if you flat that E to the E flat, it's a minor third, which make up the minor chord if you put the G on top. So the danger, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with calling a diatone, believe me, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, because I understand the theory or the thought behind it. It was mirrored from the tritone, 3 whole steps, so therefore 2 whole steps would be called a diatone instead of a tritone. Understand that. But when you teach in theory, you cannot teach that like that. Not when you teach in traditional theory. You got to call that a major third. Now, I mean, you can't, in other words, take MIDI Man word for it, but seek it out. Go to your Grove Dictionary of Music, and then you will understand it. Go to the intervals, and you will know why. See, there's a reason why we got the intervals. The major second, the major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth. Then we got the diminished, which is the tritone. Matter of fact, not the tritone, but it's the subdominant, the subtonic of music, which is the leading tone. It's called the subtonic or the leading tone, which is, if you're in the key of C, the B is the leading tone or the subtonic, right below the tonic. See, when you start calling these things other things, even though you mean well, you will throw off the real meaning. First of all, let's learn the basics. Let's learn the things the way they are. You got to first learn the rules before you can break them. I say it like that. It ain't pointing no finger at nobody, but I'm just trying to tell you something real. That diatone is nothing but a major third. But now you can call it a diatone if you want to, call true. It's 2 whole steps, really. But I'm saying in the eye of traditional theory, you will not see a diatone notated nowhere in the Grove book or dictionary. I don't believe it. Not in the one that I had, I know. So that just said we're going to cut this video off right here. So whatever you get into, remember the crossroads of life, there will be many. Make the right choice. This is MIDI Man saying peace. Goodbye.